Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Taurus new moon, super new moon. Closest the
Oh,
moon is
yeah.
going to be to Earth. And guess who rules Earth? Taurus. So everything earthly and all the comforts and the yummy stuff of Earth is being highlighted, right, at this time with Taurus, the new moon in Taurus. And we're going to plant our seeds tonight. We want to speak or write or do a ceremony for our intentions. Hi, Leah. We want to
Hello.
we want to definitely align our dream of our physical reality with our physical reality, because that's what Taurus helps us do. It helps us create that physical reality, and we got to call it in and have those intentions and have the belief and the faith and all that. But for the last 3 days, Diana, I've been getting this. You know how the Taurus is rules the physical body too, right?
Yep.
So it's like I kept getting, as I always do, the nervous system is being hit. Hi, Kim B. Hi, MEJ. Hi, Kayla. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. So they when I'm hearing the same thing over and over, I know that there's a message there, and that's what so I was waiting on it. Boy, I got information today on where in this super Taurus new moon that we're about that we it was exact today at 3:31 Eastern. We are bringing in our bodies are bringing in new technology. You know how we always talk about going from carbon to crystalline? Well, before we do that, we have to, the way I was being shown it is create this new nervous system that doesn't, you know how fast our nervous systems get triggered. Do you know, does that make sense, Diana? So they were talking to me about this. I don't know why my brain just went blank, but there's codes, light codes, information coming in because the sun's been going crazy. Everything's been spiking. And usually, I remember when I would first feel that, like the solar flare spikes in 2012. Oh my God, I was in so much pain. I was a nervous wreck. I was anxious. I was just a mess, you know. And over time, yeah, my body did acclimate. And this is what they're saying. Our bodies are acclimating to these higher frequencies as they come in. Now, Taurus is the first. This is the first new moon, the first um, the first Earth sign that we've had all year, to where we can take all these dreams, imaginations, and inspiration and make it physical, right? But the thing that they kept emphasizing was to adjust your frequency enough to sustain your nervous system. Does any of that make sense? I was trying to make it make sense, and I wanted to talk about it backstage, but we got to talking about computers.
Well, and that's the thing. Annie and Millie and Mr. Floyd's Universe and some others are over at Oil Painters Channel. And guess what? It didn't go live.
It didn't go live?
I just said, oh my God, so sorry, didn't hook up. Come on over to Val's channel, Illuminated Portal, please, please. If you guys can go back in there and let the others know, because I did post in the chat over there. I'm trying. I'm farther now than I was before.
Yeah, we got to figure out some details.
There is a real funny story with this, because on Wednesday, I went down to the Genius Bar at the Apple Store, and I stumped the Genius Bar. Nobody could figure this out. They didn't know what to tell me to do. And I at least finally got past the part where it says your browser's not hooked up. So now at least I know I can post and go ahead and make videos through StreamYard. But now I still have to figure out how to get this part to work.
It's not easy. It's really not. And I'm trying to help as best I can, but I don't know anything about Apple products or the iPad. So that's where I'm stumped. I'm stumped.
To the Apple Store.
Apple Store's stumped.
Obviously, there's no trendsetters there.
Oh my goodness. Well, we will figure it out, and we will have your channel up and running, and you will be doing your thing, you know?
Yep. Yes,
So,
and I stumped the Genius Bar.
okay, now look at this. This is a perfect example of making the dream manifest into the physical. Diana wants to make her channel, and we got to make it work physically, right? This is a good. That was really good. Hi, Mr. Floyd's Universe.
Yep.
Dory Hunsinger, Millie, nice to see you. Rossi, Kim B.
Lauren. Everybody, Akila, baby.
Love you.
Kim.
I know.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Really, I am.
Yeah. I know it took me truly a year and a half to get myself together on YouTube. And then I was so terrified. My earlier videos are like a deer in the headlights, you know, and I didn't know what I was saying, and I couldn't talk because I was looking at myself, and I just, oh Lord. Anyway, it is a process, but thankfully we have that, and we have our community, and we can connect with you all, right? So what would you want to talk about on this?
It's also like the continuation of Venus retrograde.
Oh, absolutely. From the last Libra full moon. Yeah.
I do love being with people and doing this on YouTube and being live and interacting with everybody in the chat, as well as whomever the host is, because I haven't been able to do that yet. But I couldn't make any headway. Venus, Mars, and Mercury were retrograde. But they're all kind of still in their shadow, with the exception of Mars, because he went out of the shadow yesterday, right?
Yes. Well, no. Yeah, he did.
Well, I took some action finally.
Well, no, he's not out of shadow. I'm sorry.
Okay,
he's got 2 degrees to go. He's at 4 degrees. I'm sorry. I got cats having a fit. So if I...
Oh, yeah, because there's steak on the grill.
If I black out, trying to get everybody...
Or fish or something.
Trying to corral cats. Right? That's about going to work. Oh, my God.
Well, I could just go live through YouTube, and I could also just record a video and post, which is what I've done.
Sure.
But I can't have anybody on. I can only have one guest, which is fine. But I got to get past this. I've got to be able to get past this part. Now, it says upcoming, so, something worked. It just didn't work all the way.
All right, so let's go to this Taurus new moon. Like Dinah was saying, is actually from the Libra full moon. Venus also ruled that moon. That day, she was coming out and becoming the morning star. So Venus is the player here. Venus is the big player here. Hi, Angela. Oh, it's so nice to see everybody.
Yes.
And Stone 888. Nice to see you. I've never seen you before. So anyway, that Venus she is still back there in Pisces, and she's about to go. She's moving forward. She's not going to be out of her shadow, I don't think, until like the middle of May. But on Friday, she's going to be conjunct with first time in a long time in Aries. I mean, it's over 160 years. Her and Neptune are going to be conjunct on Friday. So Neptune is like the higher octave of Venus of what you love and value. And once you realize, which most of us here have, that everything is from the heart. Everything is unconditional love and truth. And that's that Neptune, right? Brings the spiritual or that higher consciousness information in. So as we go in, Diana, you have 263 subscribers. I didn't know that. You have 263 subscribers. How cool is that?
Oh, I do? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Roxy,
oh my God.
Thank you for letting me know.
That is so
When
cool.
did
That
that
was Rossi letting us know. Hi, Sal.
Well, you know, I also tried to hook up three other shows. The Akashic one for Tuesday. Oh, maybe even the continuing discussion after here. We're going to be on with Allie. And then
at 9 Eastern.
I didn't have a link for the dream show, but evidently there's still a component I haven't discovered. Well, so if there's anybody out there.
Okay, and let me say this. If anybody that has an iPad that has done recordings on StreamYard, please get a hold of Diana, because we are stumped at that.
StreamYard and a mobile device, because essentially an iPad is a mobile device.
Right.
So I broke the code once I hit, got out of the computer picture of a TV screen and hit the mobile to see what happened. And all of a sudden, everything opened up and I could post all this stuff and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it gets easier. That's usually how. I'm not an iPad user either, Kim. That's how you figure it out. It's by trial and error. At least that's how this type of stuff works for me. I am not computer literate, and what I do know is barely the basics, enough to get me going. That's it. But
well, and when I moved here, to me, a computer is another piece of furniture, and I'd rather have antiques. Well, computers don't qualify. Well, I suppose the ones from the 50s do, but they take up a whole house. But anyway, so I've been working from an iPad since they came out.
Okay,
and
so
everything that I usually do till the COVID days and really taking an interest in YouTube and the community and the content that was available that had started to grow because of us being at home all the time. So,
Hi, Debbie. 3 shifting veils. Life is trial and error, isn't it? And Millie saying, I'm thinking that's the way Rooted Willow goes live. I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean live from YouTube, now she can do live from YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just when you do StreamYard, and I'm sure you can do it on YouTube too, but I'm not sure how. You get to prepare your show and set it for a certain time.
So when I set this up, it linked StreamYard to YouTube. So if I went live, I would be going live through StreamYard. But it didn't what is missing is the link to your channel.
Rossi, we tried to do tests, but I can't figure out iPads. And she was sending me pictures of screenshots of her stuff, and we were trying to figure out. I can't. There should be a button on her iPad that will allow her to stream when she's a guest on somebody else's show. That we were trying to figure that out, and then she wants to do the StreamYard shows. So, but either way, I don't think you're really concerned about that, because you can do live shows from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So that's not really the concern. But how does she stream when she's with, like today at 7, she's with me. At 9, her and I are going to be with Allie, and we're just going to do readings and stuff. But
See, when I'm setting it up, I should be putting in the link. And I didn't see any language that said insert link here. And Lucky, yes, I've shut it off and tried restarting everything many times. So
That's the first thing. That's always the
yeah.
first thing. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's because every time I call my son, he used to say, "Did you
Good,
shut it off?"
Debbie.
That was the first thing out of his mouth. Did you shut it off and try again?
All right. So here you go. You have Sal Rods is offering her help.
Oh,
You guys get together,
okay.
and she will definitely help you too. Allows you to set up a future date for the in time for a live. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ford.
Yes, my dear sister Sally.
Post. I know
If
I can
you
post recorded videos on YouTube when I record stuff, but I didn't know how to do the live. Thank you for letting me know that.
anytime
A
you let
lot.
me know when you're ready, Sally. When you got time, let me know.
So cool. Hi,
I'm free
Randy.
tomorrow. Not just saying.
Randy saying, "Oh, the human dilemmas, isn't that the truth?" And that really, though, that's what this all this build up last couple years. Here we are at this earthy Taurus new moon, super
Yeah.
new moon, and we're trying to figure out. Okay, like everybody's got something they're trying to create physically to make it manifest, right? We all have something, whether it's going live, like for Diana, or you want a new car or you're buying a new house. There's all these things, and we're spiritual beings. Yes, we're remembering we're spiritual beings. Yes, but we're spiritual beings living in a physical body on a physical planet that needs to manifest our day-to-day, and Venus, what is the things that bring us comfort and joy and happiness and what we love and value. So but as I was getting this information for this moon, it was about we're in the new energies that are creating the new era, that each of us are individually tending to our own garden, right? We're going to plant our own seeds. And as more and more people do that, right, we raise the collective frequency. That's how I'm being shown it's coming into fruition, right? It's just not an easy time. We've just been through, oh my God, Diana, how many moons, how long have we been saying, take a breath, take a pause? I mean, it's just been forever. It's so frustrating, and it's frustrating for us to say that to people. But we're not going to come up here and lie to you. It's not been easy being a spiritual being, realizing you're a spiritual being, awakening on a physical planet. And now we get to pull more of that higher consciousness information and weave it into this reality in the highest form you want. But guess what? And here's where this is affecting Diana too. And it's
Well,
affecting all of us. We have the T-square. The T-square with Mars, Pluto opposing each other. It's actually a fixed what am I saying? Fixed grand square. Why am I saying it wrong? Where the moon and
cross.
thank you, grand cross. So we have the moon, the sun and the moon together. Across from that is Black Moon Lilith, and then on the other corners is Mars and Pluto. So those are fixed. Okay, that means don't want to move. I don't want to move. I don't know how to grow. I don't know if I want to grow. I'm afraid. And that's all the things that are coming up for us too, right? We're not exactly excited. I mean, we're excited about what's coming, but we're the ones creating it. We don't know what it looks like, right? So here that cross is, and it's usually squares and the crosses help us prevent us from going the wrong way.
Well, I look at
Right?
the T-square, first of all, as a talent square.
Yeah,
So
but it's a
has,
grand cross, right?
yeah.
So there's two T-squares.
Okay. There's a T-square that is involving the sun and the moon, in Taurus with that Mars and the Pluto in position.
Yeah.
This is a talent square. This is where you rise to the challenge and try to innovate and figure it out and work at it. And many people who are successful actors and businessmen and directors, I mean, successful in their field, their choice of career, have these talent squares, multiple, but at least one where they really rise to master the craft. And then, so we have that one going on. And then when we add the Grand Cross to it, because within Orb, there is Vesta and Juno. And Juno's about the partnerships. And
I'm sorry.
now, who am I going to partner with? Because I cracked the code at the Genius Bar and they couldn't help me. But now I've got a new partner. Sally's just offered to help me out. And then the other Grand Cross that we have going on is that Jupiter in Gemini, who's across from Estrella. And Estrella is about not giving up till you conquer, right? And justice and being justified, not giving up. And then, of course, the other direction is the South Node in Virgo, trying to get this perfect, and the North Node over there in Pisces, the vision of the future. So pulling all of these squares together, both Grand Cross separately, but pulling together what they've got going on is the ability to rise above this kind of a challenge, whether it's something to do with your job or something to do with your hobby or something to do with just what you love, especially since there's no reason why your career cannot be your calling, or your calling can't be your career. I said that backwards, but you've heard me say it before, so I'm sure you know what I mean. So, and then we have all this loving support from the universe encouraging us. Have you felt the shift? Have you felt that it's like, oh, we're going to get over that. We're going to get through this. We're going to get over it. We're going to be okay. Whether it's our own physical issues, it's about keeping the faith. It's about having a connection to your spiritual side, because that's where your faith lies. And it can be you. Like you're a teenager and it's handing out cheeseburgers.
You're saying that. Yeah, I love that. Andy Bear.
Well, and Leah, my moon is Sagittarius. You know? So I was born at 2:55 in the afternoon, and the full moon was just beginning. It hadn't perfected yet, because my son's at 18 degrees and the moon was at 4 degrees when I was born. So by the time they brought me to my mother for the first time, because you're talking, 100 years ago, it was the full moon. It was getting dark, even though it was June. It was already starting to pale. I mean, we're in Michigan. So, well, we're at the end of the time zone, but in June, it's still like 7:30. We didn't do daylight savings back in those days. So,
well, there's something that you brought up here about this Grand Cross. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Where Pluto's involved. Pluto's the next planet. Now we had like a week maybe of all planets going direct, which everybody was excited about. But on the 4th, 5th, Pluto's going to stop to go retrograde. So this means something, though, to this square.
Because it's not going into Capricorn this time, first of all.
No. But it means something because of this Grand Cross and these T-squares, right? It means something.
Well,
because he's involved in all of those,
What I
right?
forgot to say about the other Grand Cross is that Pisces, with the North Node that is part of this Grand Cross, also is conjunct Venus and Saturn.
Right.
And that's
Right.
what's given that extra punch to our ability to keep at it, keep trying, wanting to accomplish, loving what we're doing, regardless of the blockages we have.
Yeah.
Get up and push past it. Get up and try again. Okay, I'll take a 10-minute break, but now I got to move again. I got to walk. I got to get past this. I can't get past it if I just sit here.
And if we love
No
it
matter
and
what
value it, if we love it and value it, like Venus is asking us, we'll keep trying, we'll keep persevering, we'll keep pushing through, right?
Right. Thank you, Rossi. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, everybody says beautiful souls.
And
Thank
Rossi,
you for coming and hanging out with us. Grand Cross.
Rossi posting everybody's channel. That's great. Thank you.
Let me see if I could see where the red cross is in there, Peace Mama. Yeah, that's a Grand Cross where you see the big outside Grand Cross. That's and that is T squares, right? There's a couple T squares. There's so much going on in here. This is life-changing epic history right there.
Yep.
This is starting us on. Look, see, do you have
So there's one that goes from here from here to there. Okay. That's the Mars Pluto. And then its balance is right here between the there we go, the Sun and Moon, across back down to the Vesta and the Juno coming together.
It's a lot, and the goddesses are here to guide us through and to that divine, balancing that divine feminine, divine masculine.
Right. I say Juno, but I really mean Black Moon Lilith, who's like,
yeah.
But there is an opposition between Uranus and Juno.
And Juno,
we need new partnerships. Sorry, so now I'm sure I've really confused everybody.
No, that's
yes, Mama. 2 Grand Crosses in the sky.
And you know who's down there next to Black Moon Lilith? Hecate and Atlantis. I was watching a couple of videos where they're doing the galactic astrology, and it's just like so many of the goddesses. I just kept filling them in. And up there where you know about this one, where Mercury is at 11 degrees. Now Mercury cleared his shadow. He's ready. He's going forward. So that's the information we're receiving. Hi, Priscilla.
Yeah, we got Aldebaran and the one is Sagittarius.
And he is conjunct Salacia. Salacia's right next to him. So that's the diamond, right? That's the sparkly on the water. It's what I just heard. What is it? Because we've been so pressurized, and we were saying this last night, it's like when they make diamonds, the pressure has to be there. And we've been under a lot of pressure. Now that pressure, it's not really lifting, but it does feel a little better. And that all pertains to our nervous systems, right? If we could get the focus on, I guess that's what they're saying, focus on these upgrades to the body, because the body is carrying us through this next, it's always carrying us, right? But now that the body and the spirit, because we've brought in more of spirit, more of our higher self, and we're here working together with it. Now the body's going to upgrade because the spirit is such a high vibration. The body has to upgrade, right? So that's what hurts. Yeah, and it does. It's not easy. It's a very uncomfortable.
Thank you, Angela.
It's very uncomfortable. And look at how many of us are going through so many physical things, right? And this is part of that Taurus is like, okay, how do we feed our body? what do we feed our body? Are we drinking enough water? Number one, I know we're not drinking enough water.
I'm
I'm
not.
not eating. And I have water with me all the time, and I know I'm not drinking enough water. No, drink water, everybody.
Okay,
And that,
kid, take a sip of water.
right? And that is for our electromagnetic field. That water gets those cells, lit up, and we can
Well,
heal better. We can do everything better. You know,
yeah,
sip, sip, yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, we
Well,
have like, I mean, where did I put this? And I kept getting this body alchemy, like alchemize the body alchemy. I kept getting that too. Um,
well, and you know, water is a conductor, and we are electric, and
yes, it-
we want to perk ourselves up. We need that water in order to keep going, right?
Mhm.
And something's going out on up there because my kids are
Always.
screaming today, and I haven't done anything to trigger allergies or been anywhere where they're going to be triggered. And so, and all of a sudden, I couldn't peel my feet off the ground again. Yet this morning, while I was out there walking the dogs, everything was hunky dory.
92, the human residence. This is
Oh,
today.
well, there
And
we go.
and it went down to, and it keeps, and see, I didn't even know that this, I found this out after the fact. Old nervous system grids are dissolving, outdated receiving codes are collapsing. So it's all, and I've been getting this about the grids, the nervous system, I'm sorry, for like 5 days now. Schumann resonance spikes to 92. Full spectrum whiteout activation is what that means. And that's why your body, and your body does feel all of that through
Yeah.
whatever the sun does. You get, uh, yeah, walk 3 miles, my hips hurt, as Andy Mayer saying.
And
Yeah,
Annie, her hips are constantly too. And Sally, I think yours do too. I mean, we're all, our legs, everything. We are electric. And when a geomagnetic storm is hitting, it is activating all that stuff in the earth, right?
salt.
It's magnetic besides. So now we're stuck to it.
Yeah, this happened to me in 2012. That's how I figured out the Schumann resonance. That wasn't even, you couldn't even get information on it back then. But Annie's right. Salt,
Yeah.
good
Pink
salt
salt
will help
or
you.
Celtic salt too. They're
Celtic
both
salt.
very good. Sally can tell us
Minerals.
what the list is, but they both have the components that's necessary for your body to produce calcium.
That's right.
And it is the best way to get calcium.
Good idea, Lauren. Easy to look up alkaline foods to add to our diets. Also check acidic foods to avoid. Absolutely. That will help with energy and lower inflammation. I mean, it's really important. And I know probably most of you, um, our diets changed. I can barely eat the thing. Well, that's been going on for a while, but I know Diana she eats really clean, you know, and yeah, frankincense or heliochrysum,
Yeah.
either one of those two mixed with a carrier oil on the painful spots. Castor oil is good to rub and put that in your belly button. I read an article today that was saying different oils to put into your belly button target different parts of your body. I don't remember every single one. Maybe look that up if you think that would be something you'd be interested in, because I stick castor oil in my belly button pretty much every day after I get out of the shower. So I just do that. I didn't know it meant something. I mean, I heard that it did, but I didn't know. And then today I found that article. Oh, popcorn maniac. Yeah, and you get stuck on certain foods, right, Andy Bear? I do that too. It's like
Well,
salt and water. Yeah.
I don't I want cucumbers.
Mm. I,
I used to crave avocados till I broke out in hives a
oh,
month and a half ago. So now I can't eat them because they're a latex crossover, and I'm allergic to latex. And
Lauren said it, Randy. Sorry. Lauren, if you can answer Randy, please go ahead. Sorry.
that's okay. I didn't understand what you were saying, though.
Oh, no. I was me or Randy. I'm sorry.
You
Me.
were reading something Lauren said, but my ears are ringing so bad I couldn't understand.
See, and that's another symptom of the Schumann and the sun and everything. Okay, Lauren says it's easy to look up alkaline foods to add to our diets.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we started talking about the oils and the salt and the water. Yeah, just keep chugging water. I don't know. I was just getting ready to listen to Alexander Quinn, Lauren.
I like him.
I love him. Yeah. I didn't hear that. I didn't even see you drop the video this week until today.
Yeah, yesterday it came out.
Right.
I think it was yesterday.
It's just, I mean, there's so many powerful, and we're all here helping each other remember, right? And walking each other home and bringing up certain things. And, oh, that makes sense, you know. And we all have a message. We're all unique. We all have our own energy. I mean, that's what we're here for, especially at this juncture of the journey, is to guide each other on the best way that you feel, you know, what you have to offer to guide people. And and you see how spirit works. We just start gravitating towards each other. Who, you know, all the readings we can get from all the different, you know, astrologers, psychics, mediums, and it's just fascinating.
So now, and I crave extra firm tofu. Just slice it and put some salt on it and eat it, or heat it up with a ton of curry powder, a little bit of salt, and a ton of smoked paprika. Oh my God. And garlic powder.
Okay,
and what else have I been? Oh, sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I'd live on sweet potatoes. Oh my goodness.
And then that's about it. I mean, oh, Cecile extra thin white corn chips. Nothing like them. They have to break when you dip it in the hummus.
Yeah, I eat a lot of hummus too.
Because I'm a pudding eater. I don't like to chew anything. I've never liked to chew.
I don't either. I thought that, isn't that strange? I don't either. I don't like chewing a lot.
Yeah, it's
so the
weird,
new moon,
isn't it?
It is weird. And
soups and sauce. My brother wanted me to start a restaurant with him and call it Soups and Saucery.
I love that.
He said, I'll cook the meat on that side of the wall, and you cook the sauces and soups on that side of the wall.
Right, Millie? So this Schumann thing also is saying the new moon in Taurus is igniting a root portal for stabilization and anchoring a new earth heart grid.
Mm-hmm.
So as with that, and they're showing me like as we're basically columns of light, and those new codes come in, and we anchor them in, and it helps to change. I'm saying change the field, and the field is responding in real time with a power 92 surge. Wow. So that was a surge, and then it went to 53 after that. And this one says new moon in Taurus is activating a quantum rebirth at the root of your being. 53 crystalline surge is catalyzing deep nervous system coding, Kundalini field stabilization. This isn't just a new beginning, it's the laying of the new architecture.
You're breaking up. And you're frozen. I think it's you. You're frozen.
I am still?
No, now you're back.
See what's going on with the internet. Okay, so let me just finish this and then I'll go check that. It's laying the new quantum architecture in your body and your life. The body is no longer that was interesting. This is the Kundalini free birth quantum. Did you hear that?
No.
Go check and see what's going on.
No, you were breaking up while you were reading it, so I couldn't catch your voice, and now you're frozen. Now working on growing certain foods like purple potatoes, tomatoes. My body likes purple. Awesome. Where'd it go? Hard to get these varieties in the store. Other veggies like Swiss chard, lettuce, beets, etc. Also herbs. Awesome. Yeah. Now this is going to be a hard summer for me. My intention is to start beehives. I know already, because we're in this solar maximum, that I'm not going to be able to spend a lot of time outside, but bees take care of themselves, especially that first year. So I'm just doing flowers and a water at night and not worrying so much about vegetables and such. Viviani, hi, hon, how are you? I don't even know where we are. Where'd we leave off? And then we have Jupiter also. With Jupiter, who is the benefic, right? He can bring a lot of things. He's at 20 degrees of Gemini. So he's like staring right across to the sign he rules. He rules Sagittarius. What's he going to bring us? Sagittarius is about being the perpetual student. Well, for me, that's easy. He's shining on my moon. Well, he was earlier, but it's still shining on
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you
cool.
now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I didn't know if it worked.
That's all right. I was just talking about Sagittarius being in Gemini and how he is lighting up Jupiter being in Gemini and how he's lighting up his own sign of rulership. So, I mean, there's just so many things to learn over and over again to remember. Anything that's going on in the sky is going to aspect your chart one way or another, especially if you have any signs at those degrees. So the sun moon conjunction was exact at 3:30 this afternoon, 3:05 this afternoon. Is that right? Something like that. Or 3 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern time. And at 7 degrees, anything in your chart that is 7 degrees is going to be aspected, whether it is a trine, a sextile, an opposition, or a square and a half, or a half a square. So those aspects are going to come into play in some way, shape, or form. And then that will aspect your personal blueprint.
Sorry about the internet, everybody. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, Rossi, let her know I won't be there again today. Thank you.
Where?
Akashic record practice.
Oh.
I didn't make it last week. I was busy with stuff. So
is that with Val or?
No, this is with Linda De Gonzalez.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Bye, Rossi. Okay, so I hope that we're clear now. Our internet, I hope everything's working. As far as I know.
Your picture is much better too.
Cool. I wanted to say that one thing because it was kind of important. It is to me anyway.
Well,
is the nervous system recoding in the Kundalini ignition and the heart field stabilization. This isn't just a new beginning. It's laying a new quantum architecture in your body and your life. The body is no longer bracing for collapse. I thought that was just beautiful. I mean, I've never seen that ever. It's learning how to hold the new light. This is the Kundalini of creation, the rebirth of quantum heart power. This
Yep.
and this, and remember, I was saying to you so many times, like you'll get to the other side of this, and you're gonna just feel so good. I know you are.
Right. Yes.
I'm on the internet, Sal. I don't. I tried to do Wi-Fi. That didn't do anything. It just threw me off. So,
Well, Joyful's asking, do you think the sore areas from the new energies are old wounds to clear?
absolutely.
Yes, especially since the talk on the street is we are being transformed from carbon-based to crystalline.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that could be a fancy way of saying we're all getting older. I don't know. But I know something's going on for sure.
And the way they explain it to me is that for us to hold these higher frequencies, everything that is not everything that's a block, a pain, a trauma, old old belief, old brainwashing, everything that was from the old constructs that was not in truth, in the highest vibration of unconditional love and truth, has got to be cleared out of our systems. And you got to think, how many lifetimes have we been in these third dimension, being abused on some level? I mean, it's very abusive here, right? And we have hold a lot of that, those old stories, those old pains. It's not easy. Our DNA is restructuring. Thank you, Leah. That's an easier way to say it. Thank you. I mean, it's not easy, but this is part of the ascension, right?
What we're clearing is wounds from our past lives, period, as well as the ancestral stuff that we carry with us, like just because of our nationality, our heritage, our culture, what was inbred, what was pounded into the head over and over again, is we're in that power structure of being in Pisces for that whole 2,400 years or whatever.
And they go back even further than that. That Piscean age was very brutal, but the 21,000 years before that, there's never really been a time on Earth in this dimension anyway that I'm shown that we weren't brutalized. I mean, it was brutal back in the 1100, 1000. I mean, the whole time.
Aries wasn't any piece of cake.
No, none of it was. But we're at the end of that cycle, right? So we went through the whole zodiac, and that's why we're going into the age of Aquarius. That's the start of the new. And it's all backwards, so it doesn't really make sense, but it does if you look at how they do the precession of the equinoxes and things. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love my dragon too. I just got him. He's so cute, isn't he? I didn't realize he wasn't as big as the moon, and I took it down and everything. I didn't even notice till today. This is how out of it I am. I changed that. That moon thing is huge compared to the dragon. But whatever. I'm trying to update all my equipment and my background, but we're getting there. That's my Taurus thing, right? That's what I'm trying to manifest. and I guess we can all say that, what am I trying to manifest? What physically am I trying to manifest, But they kept, every time I would say that, and I'm writing notes and things, they're saying the body needs to be upgraded to be able to hold these frequencies so you can manifest. Does that make sense? Yeah. And they kept saying it to me. I was like,
thanks to Amanda.
What'd she say?
I just wanted to say thank you to Amanda.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Amanda. And look at this. Yes, we are acclimating a lot. Oh my goodness. Freedom Acres. There's Randy's dream, my dream, where we have a community and we all live together on the land and just live on the in it have all the comforts and stuff, but live with around each other.
Well, and I like what Randy said earlier. You don't need to have rain to see a rainbow.
Yeah, it's true.
Just get a bag of Skittles. No, I'm just kidding. Taste the rainbow.
Pleasure's mine. Oh, that's Mandy. You're so sweet. So sweet. What does this? Yeah, blessings over everybody's food, right? Everything that we
Yeah,
use
thank you
here.
for the food. Thank you for the grass I'm standing on. Thank you for Excedrin.
Thank you for my phone. Thank you. I always say thank you for indoor plumbing. Oh my God, running water, refrigeration.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for the cinnamon I blew in my door this morning.
Yeah, do you want to do that today? Right? Priscilla has the Goddess Center. Same thing, Freedom Makers. Where to go? Joyful journey. Glad the wisdom moving through this with heart expansion and peace. Aw, that's beautiful. Yeah, so Priscilla, she wants to get her land and her her goddess center going. It's just, I will be, what's this, Leah? To commune. I'm dying to commune.
Dying to commune. She's dying to commune.
Yes, yeah. Everything's a blessing. I mean, think of everything that we have access to here on the physical. In the spirit, and this is why it's so important. And I know you all know this, but the spirit, when we're in the spirit form, we don't get to taste chocolate and do the things that we do, like all the play with the cards, whatever, play with children. And we come here in the physical and we can do that. But now that more of our higher self is merging into our physical body, the body's upgrading just automatically from that. That's like an automatic thing, that the way I'm being shown it. So, but it takes time, right? Like, okay, and that's the one thing about Taurus. All of this creation, making things physical, it takes time. 6 months. I keep getting 6 months. Next time we go to the full moon in Taurus, we'll ask, what did we create? What did we create? Did we create what we wanted to on April 27th, what we were calling in with our cinnamon ceremony and all that stuff? And we'll see. I mean, it would be good to track these things if you're not already doing a journal. What were you going to say, Diana?
I've been squirrel.
Hi, Karen Robinson. Oh, everybody coming in. So
Not
nice.
A clue.
I am. That's how I am. I just don't even. I haven't come on. Haven't had any shows for like 2 weeks, and today I have 2. And last night, Diana and I were on the Shine Your Light with Marina.
Yeah.
And that was really good. If y'all want to listen to Dragonfly Val, the last 15 minutes, calling in the Akashic Records blessing. Oh my God.
It was fabulous.
It was just, I listened
and the
to
visions
yeah.
that were dancing through my head while she was saying the incantation.
Right, Cheryl? Squirrel all the time. I'm telling you, I don't even know how I get from one room to the next. I just give up. I just like, here we are, right? And in that floaty, since February, we had all that Pisces energy. And there's still a lot of stuff in Pisces right now. There's still North Node's going to stay there. Saturn and Venus are coming out, but they haven't yet. But that's going to be game changer when Saturn enters Aries. And is
Neptune next year.
Yeah, well,
early part of next year. Leah corrected herself.
But he's going to do it in any minute, and they're going to be a degree apart. It's not going to be like a big gap, right?
Right.
They're still going to be together. And then Venus is there. I'm sorry, what did Leah
I was
do?
just going to say, Leah corrected herself. She will be down to commune. Like, I'm down with that. I'm getting jiggy with it.
Let me hear your body
I'm down.
talk. Body talk. I mean, that's a good song for this moon. Yeah, feel your feels now. Feel them. You know, because the more we can release, the more we will receive. That's just what's been going on, and the more we can clear, the higher that the body technology can be brought in and bring that body technology up to where that spirit technology is. I don't know how long that's going to take, so don't. That's just kind of what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. So I don't know the actual time frame on that. I would imagine everything is slow here, like it has been for oh 63, 78, whatever years we're here, you know.
How long
Been
I've been
been
on the planet.
been messing with this stuff forever, and, and it's pretty interesting though to see us evolve like this. I mean, and we're aware of it.
Well, and Kim, we've been programmed for so long to multitask.
Mm,
Carry 5 things in our hand, 1 cup on each finger, but then wait, you still got room here. What can you stick in there? So you're balancing a bowl or a tray full of drinks or skipping while you're doing that because everybody thinks you're fantastic and you're the bartender and you can do that. And they're just like amazed. Well, you're
look at
sober.
Debbie.
They're not,
Yeah, look at Debbie. She's doing the earth thing with the chickens. And you're
Yeah,
right,
there you
Diana.
go.
Like we were taught, especially as the females. I mean, I was a server bartender too, just like that. And you full hands in, full hands out. You know, that's
Yeah.
just what you get trained. But I was trained to do that before I even got into the restaurant business. You know,
Yeah. You went to
this
Catholic school? Yeah.
and
Any
now I'm
school.
just like,
Any school.
just let me be. I'm just here being. And it is so weird and it's so hard for me just to be, but it's really not because I am doing it, but it seems odd. It
Yeah.
seems like how long are you just gonna be? How long are you gonna just sit there and not do anything? And meanwhile I'm cleaning the house or taking care of the cats or doing the laundry. It's not like I'm not doing stuff, but I'm not pressuring myself. And it's really hard to break that habit. Oh,
Well,
Lord.
I feel like,
Did you just get hit with some energy?
yeah.
Oh, my ears, like totally, I can't even hear out of it.
Yep. And it's a hollow bone, but not the kind that means you're a shaman. It's just the hollow bone.
I mean, I literally, it just blocked off my eardrum. Oh my God. I used to
Yeah.
get the high pitch sounds or the deep bass sounds, but this one's different.
Thank you all for sticking with us since we're just rambling.
Well,
I was
it
born lonely down by the riverside.
but I mean, we are trying to explain what's going on. I mean, I sit here all the time going, I don't know what I'm going to tell everybody, and then things will just start flowing in. Oh my God, whatever's coming in is really just anybody else getting something in one side of your ear. Hi, Terry, holding your space. Good to see
Which,
you.
which,
Oh,
which side? One
women,
side of your ear or the ear that's on one side of your head?
okay, so I guess it's my right side. I don't know.
Yeah.
Laura's getting it on her left side. Wow. I mean, it's really crazy. It's intense, whatever's going on. And
It's
that,
just, yeah, it's just humming away.
yeah. Uh,
Thank you all for sticking with us while this is going on.
we're just being, women use both hemispheres of the brain at the same time, so it's natural. It's true. I literally feel like I went deaf in one ear. I don't know what's going on. Um, hopefully it'll come back online.
Music.
Love you
Hi,
all.
Terry.
Love
Hi,
you
Terry.
too. Millie, love you too. We're going to be on with Ali at 9
Yeah.
on my channel. I don't know. I guess we're just going to do readings. We could talk about whatever anyone wants to talk about. I'm not getting anything good, okay? Because I don't know. This is a weird one.
Yeah, I wonder what's cooking. Hey, good looking.
I hear the sound current all the
What
time.
you got
Tells me
cooking?
when my body is not doing well.
Cooking
Huh? Really?
something up with me.
Is
My
that how you
right-wing
do that,
blackbird is
Patricia?
answering.
Aw,
Yeah.
I didn't.
So who just said that? Leave
Patricia, that's
my
interesting.
right ear gives me sacristy bells. And if you were raised in any kind of church, you know what those are, right? Well, at certain times during the Mass in the Catholic Church, those bells get rung. And the more frantic they become, the more necessity there is to pay attention to a message that's going to come my way.
Mm.
So that's what I keep track of on this side. Now, on this side, that's
Huh.
my guides who talk. On this side, it's the angels ringing the bells.
That's interesting, Amanda. I'm sorry. Did you have COVID, Amanda? Yeah. I know it does some stuff to people, but like long COVID. Yeah, it's pretty cool when you figure out how once you know how your team is talking to you and who's coming on what side and who's not. I usually just get these really like high pitch. I've been getting a lot of like deep bass sounds lately, but this I still can't hear out of my ear yet. I don't know what's going on. Annie Bear says her ears are fine, but she's super achy. I know, and a lot of people are. I can remember I can remember people's orders too. Like I don't even understand that. It's just you just know things. Oh, she has tinnitus. I didn't know that. Would a fan would help. I often get the underwater feeling in one ear. That's how it feels, Sal. Exactly, like I'm underwater. Okay. It hasn't ever took it totally away. It usually just comes in pitched and then it goes away. Aw, good, Allie. Thankfully you are strong again. That's awesome. Yes. Yeah, Stephen Burns did just post. What did he say? I know something's probably going on. I want to say something happened with the sun, but I don't know for a fact. Yes, currently the sun is at 7 degrees Taurus, moon in 10 degrees at Taurus. Nice. Yep. And that's where that new moon, super new moon was 7 degrees. So like in the astrology, I learned the step astrology with Christopher Witecki. If you haven't watched him, it's Serious Joy on YouTube. 7 degrees for him is the spiritual degree. It's the Pisces degree. It's the degree of spirit coming in. And he had a really good talk this morning on that. But each astrology modality has different meanings for the numbers. Different degrees mean different things. Diane and I were talking about that last night. Hi, Viviani. Nice to see you on Shine the Light, where we've gone over that last degree of the zodiac, which is 29-degree Pisces, and the first degree, 0 Aries, and 4 planets are going over top of that 3 times. That's a big, huge, that's saying something to us, right? That's Venus, Mercury, Saturn, and Neptune saying there is a new beginning starting here. It's got spiritually involved. Saturn has been spiritually restructured. He's not I don't know what he's going to be actually because he's still in Pisces and he's still being transformed. And Mercury's the only one who's got past his degree, his shadow degree. So we're gonna find these things out in the next few months. But then in the fall, Neptune and Saturn are going to go back over these degrees. And again, there's something we don't know. There's something. Well, we do know that we're in a new era, but we don't know the details of that era, I guess. Is that how you would look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. Something happened? Squirrel?
Well, the moon moves pretty fast, right? So the moon's has already started to break apart. But you're talking about the sun and the moon, so you can give them 10 degrees of an aura in between them, because they're still attracted to each other.
Right. Still vibing. Yep. Still vibing. And well, that moon, well, no, it went past it. It moved up. It's gonna, and Uranus went back to 26 degrees, where he's now conjunct Algol again. That Medusa thing where they were saying, you know, and that doesn't bode well for the dictator's chart. But you know, we have to see how that plays out, because this is the last pass. Like, this is the third Mars Pluto opposition, and now it's for
this year.
For this year, but now but usually it doesn't last as long. I forget how they were saying it, but Black Moon Lilith's not usually involved. Now Black Moon Lilith being there is saying face your fears. As long as you stand up and face your fears, she'll help you through that. But if you're standing there shaking or feeling like I'm frozen, because I used to do this, and until I would decide that I was going to move through it, that's when things just kind of relaxed on me. And they're saying, okay, they just brought that up again because of the nervous system. We amp our own nervous system up by not going through the fear. If we just hold the fear, we're holding on to it, and it does more damage than it does healing.
Well, Vesta is also involved and invested in this opposition between Pluto and Mars, in that, what have we been fretting about? You know, Vesta is the hearth and home, and what is close to us, because this is your first hearth. Your heart beats warm inside your body. So what else have we been worried about? Well, we just have to take 1 hour of the news, and you know, we can put ourselves in fear.
Right.
And so that's another thing. This is going to give us the strength to be able to reestablish ourselves and fight for what it is that is necessary in order to reestablish our love, our self-esteem, our love of country, love of homeland. So just saying.
I love that. I love how you put that. It's important. Well, we're gonna be with Allie at 9 in about 50 minutes, and probably want to take a break. You want to take a break before we go? How you feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been drinking water.
Yeah, I can see you need a minute. I mean, we all do, right? So please come and visit.
Stiffness is coming in unbelievable. It's been doing this all day, where there's like no relief with the usual way I get it. So I'm fidgeting because it's the only way to stretch the muscles. Because when I stand up, it's not going to let me do it. It's certainly not going to let me get on the yoga mat, but oh well.
I'm trying to see if something happened, but I'll figure it out. And when we come back at 9, we're going to be on my channel again, and we're just going to hang out and do readings or whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yeah.
Bring it in, and
Let's have a celebration.
Yes.
May Day.
Yes. I love that.
Beltane is just around 3 days away.
Right? What do we got? 3 days. Exactly. Thank you. That's going to be so cool. And we talk about that. Do you mind talking about that with Allie?
Absolutely. Go hug a tree. Oh, I got to show that picture tonight. I've got this tree that's just unbelievable. I got a couple of them at the lake where I go, right?
Yeah.
And this one is just every year. I just love looking at this thing.
Oh, yeah, bring the pictures. We want to see it. I would love that.
Okay.
All right, guys. We love you. We love you very much, and we'll see you at 9 o'clock.
Ooh, tomato gravy. Oh my gosh, cut it out. I'm hungry.
I know, we're all hungry now. Look, Leah knows. All right, guys. Bye. We love you.
Bye-bye.